The year 2025 is your wake-up call. It's the year to pause, step back from distractions, and tune into what truly matters, yourself. Modern life feels like an endless race, where we're sprinting yet going nowhere. Caught in this chaos, we often lose sight of our purpose. But what if 2025 could be different? What if this year you reclaimed your focus, broke free from societal pressures, and aligned your actions with your inner truth? This video is your guide to making that transformation through 10 powerful Buddhist lessons. Lesson 1: Self-awareness as the foundation of growth. Self-awareness is the gateway to personal growth. Buddhist teachings emphasize mindfulness, the ability to be fully present in the moment, as a vital tool for understanding oneself. In a world filled with distractions, where we are often swept up by societal pressures and external expectations, lacking self-awareness is akin to drifting aimlessly on a river without direction. Self-awareness helps us pause, reflect inwardly, and understand ourselves more deeply. Let's consider the story of the young woman. Overwhelmed by mounting work pressures, she felt trapped in a cycle of stress and anxiety. However, her turning point came when she adopted a simple practice: journaling. The words she wrote each day not only recorded her feelings but also acted as a mirror, reflecting her patterns of thought and behavior. For instance, she discovered that she frequently procrastinated on important tasks due to a fear of failure, a fear she had not previously recognized. This realization gave her the opportunity to confront and overcome it, rather than being controlled by it. From this story, we see that self-awareness is not just about understanding our emotions or thoughts. It is a profound process of uncovering hidden motivations and fears. Self-awareness, like a lamp in a dark room, not only illuminates the obvious aspects of our lives, but also reveals the hidden corners, habits, false beliefs, or negative patterns we may have overlooked. To apply this lesson practically, setting aside just 5 minutes daily to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, "What do I feel right now?" is a simple yet powerful practice. This is not an exercise in judgment, but an invitation to face yourself with honesty. With regular practice, you will begin to notice emotions and thoughts that may have been buried under the busyness of everyday life. Like the woman in the story, acknowledging these emotions can be the first step to recognizing patterns in your life. For example, during a moment of quiet reflection, you might realize you feel anxious about an upcoming meeting. By delving deeper, you might ask yourself, "Why am I anxious? Am I afraid of not being acknowledged?" These answers help you understand the driving forces behind your actions and emotions, enabling you to make more conscious choices. This year, let self-awareness be the lamp that guides you. Don't simply react to the external world. Learn to observe yourself with sincerity and compassion. In doing so, you will not only achieve personal growth, but also unlock a path to a life that is more peaceful and meaningful. Lesson 2: Define your purpose, your why. Defining your purpose is akin to finding your true north. Buddhist teachings often liken purpose to an internal compass, guiding us through life's complexities. Without a clear purpose, life can feel like wandering in a dense forest where every path appears tempting yet overwhelming. Purpose is not merely a lofty ideal, but a grounding force, anchoring our choices, directing our energy, and transforming mundane tasks into meaningful endeavors. The story of the man who left his corporate job to teach children illustrates the transformative power of aligning actions with purpose. Initially, his corporate career may have provided financial stability, yet it left him feeling unfulfilled. The pivotal moment came when he reflected deeply on what truly mattered to him, making a positive impact on the lives of children. By redefining his why, he shifted from a life dictated by external expectations to one rooted in his values. This change not only brought him peace, but also reignited his sense of joy and fulfillment. Purpose, as illustrated in his story, acts as a filter, helping us prioritize what matters most and discard distractions. When we lack a defined purpose, we often find ourselves spread thin, trying to pursue multiple paths at once. This is like standing at a crossroads in a foggy forest, unsure which direction to take. Defining your why clears the fog, making the path ahead visible and attainable. To integrate this concept into your own life, begin with the recommended practice, reflection in a quiet space. Find a moment of stillness where you can detach from the noise of daily life. Ask yourself questions like, what truly brings me joy, or what legacy do I want to leave behind? Writing your thoughts down can help solidify these insights. For example, the man in the story likely began with similar reflections, eventually uncovering his deep desire to empower and nurture children. The act of writing down your values and goals not only helps clarify them, but also serves as a tangible reminder when life feels chaotic. This reflective practice builds a foundation for purpose-driven decision-making. For instance, when faced with career opportunities or personal challenges, you can revisit your written insights to determine which choice aligns most closely with your purpose. Purpose also fosters resilience. In the story, leaving a secure corporate job was undoubtedly challenging. Yet the clarity of his why gave the man the courage to embrace uncertainty. Similarly, when your purpose is clear, you're more likely to persevere through difficulties because your actions are tied to something greater than immediate results. Defining your purpose is not a one-time task, it is a dynamic process that evolves as you grow. Buddhist teachings remind us to revisit our purpose regularly, ensuring it remains aligned with our current values and aspirations. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, let your why become the light that guides you through life's dense forest, turning uncertainty into clarity and routine tasks into acts of passion and meaning. Lesson 3. Practice detachment from external validation. The relentless pursuit of approval can be a silent thief of energy and peace. In Buddhist teachings, the Buddha emphasized that craving, whether for possessions, praise, or status, ultimately leads to suffering. This craving creates an endless loop where external validation becomes the measure of our worth. The antidote, however, lies in detachment, not as indifference, but as the ability to find joy and fulfillment within ourselves, independent of external applause. The story of the monk provides a profound metaphor for this teaching. When faced with insults, the monk remained calm and unshaken. His wisdom lay in recognizing that insults, like gifts, only hold value if they are accepted. By refusing to internalize the negativity, the monk preserved his peace and demonstrated a powerful truth: our emotional state need not be dictated by others' actions or opinions. This lesson is equally applicable to praise. When we depend on others' approval for our happiness, we hand over control of our inner peace. This concept of detachment does not imply apathy or lack of ambition. Rather, it encourages a shift in perspective, celebrating our own efforts and values rather than relying on external recognition. Imagine working hard on a project. If satisfaction comes only when others applaud, we become vulnerable to their whims and judgments. However, if we find joy in the process and take pride in our effort, our fulfillment becomes self-sustaining. The monk's response to insults is also a reminder of the power of choice. Just as he chose not to accept the gift of insults, we too can choose not to let others' opinions define us. In modern life, this practice is especially relevant given the pervasive influence of social media. Platforms designed to connect us often fuel a culture of comparison and validation, where likes, comments, and shares become measures of success. This environment can lead to a cycle of craving, seeking approval through curated posts and external affirmation. The recommended practice of limiting time on social media is a tangible step toward breaking free from this cycle. By reducing exposure to external validation, we create space to focus on what truly matters. Instead of seeking likes or comments, we can redirect energy toward activities that align with our values and bring intrinsic satisfaction. For instance, journaling about daily accomplishments or reflecting on personal growth can shift the focus inward. This mirrors the monk's wisdom: our efforts and peace are ours to own, regardless of external reactions. Another practical step is identifying and celebrating moments of pride in our lives. Ask yourself, what am I proud of today? This question redirects attention from others' judgments to your own sense of achievement. Over time, this practice cultivates resilience and self-reliance, making you less susceptible to the fleeting highs and lows of external approval. Ultimately, the Buddha's teaching on detachment is a call to reclaim our energy and joy. When we stop chasing approval, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open the door to deeper contentment. Like the monk, we can learn to respond to life's challenges with calm and grace, finding strength not in others' perceptions, but in the quiet confidence of knowing our own worth. Lesson 4: Focus on what you can control. Life is inherently unpredictable, filled with uncertainties that can often feel overwhelming. However, peace lies not in controlling the uncontrollable, but in directing your energy toward what you can manage. This lesson aligns deeply with Buddhist teachings, emphasizing the importance of inner focus amidst external chaos. The metaphor of a boat in a stormy sea is apt. While you cannot still the waves or change the weather, you can skillfully adjust your sails to navigate through the turmoil. The story of the monk meditating calmly while enduring insults highlights the essence of this principle. Faced with a passerby's harsh words, the monk chose not to react with anger or defensiveness. Instead, he maintained his composure and explained, "I cannot control others, but I can control my response." This profound statement underscores the freedom we possess in how we respond to external challenges, even when we cannot influence the actions or attitudes of others. In life, it is easy to become consumed by events outside our control, other people's opinions, the economy, unexpected setbacks, or even the weather. Dwelling on these elements drains energy and fosters frustration, as they remain beyond our influence. Instead, the monk's example invites us to shift focus inward, concentrating on our thoughts, actions, and growth. By doing so, we reclaim our power and cultivate resilience. This lesson becomes particularly actionable through the recommended practice when faced with challenges. Pause and ask, what can I learn from this? How can I move forward? These questions shift your mindset from helplessness to curiosity and empowerment. For example, imagine being overlooked for a promotion at work. Instead of fixating on the decision, which is out of your hands, you could reflect on your own actions. What skills could you improve? How can you better align with your goals? This approach not only builds resilience, but also transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth. The monk's calm demeanor in the face of insults demonstrates the power of mindfulness in controlling one's response. Practicing mindfulness, a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, allows you to observe your emotions and thoughts without becoming entangled in them. This detachment helps you respond rather than react, ensuring your actions align with your values rather than momentary impulses. To deepen this practice, consider integrating mindfulness exercises into your daily life. When encountering a stressful situation, take a moment to breathe deeply and ground yourself. Reflect on the aspects within your control, such as your attitude, effort, and decisions, like adjusting the sails of a boat. This internal redirection allows you to navigate challenges with grace and clarity. The wisdom in focusing on what you can control extends beyond individual moments. Over time, This mindset builds a foundation for a peaceful, purposeful life. When you cease fighting the uncontrollable waves and instead harness your inner strength, you develop resilience that no storm can shake. Just as the monk remained untouched by insults, you too can remain steady amidst life's uncertainties, finding peace in the mastery of your own actions and choices. Lesson 5. Align actions with values. Living authentically requires alignment between our actions and values. When we act in harmony with our inner principles, life feels purposeful and fulfilling. This teaching is central to the Buddhist Eightfold Path, which emphasizes the integration of right intention and right action. It reminds us that authenticity is not just a lofty ideal, but a practice of consistent reflection and alignment. Before committing to anything, asking, "Does this align with who I want to be?" becomes a compass for guiding our choices. The story of the woman who left a high-paying corporate job to start a nonprofit empowering young women is a powerful illustration of this principle. While her corporate position may have provided financial security, it did not resonate with her values. Her turning point came when she realized her deepest satisfaction lay in helping others. By realigning her actions with her values, she found a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. Her journey highlights an essential truth: material success or societal approval often pales in comparison to the deep contentment of living in alignment with one's core values. This alignment, however, is not always easy. Modern life often pulls us in conflicting directions, tempting us to prioritize external rewards over internal principles. For example, societal pressures may encourage us to chase prestige, wealth, or status, even when these pursuits feel disconnected from who we truly are. The woman's decision to leave her corporate career was likely fraught with challenges, but her courage to prioritize authenticity over convention underscores the transformative power of aligning actions with values. The key practice of listing core values and identifying daily actions that honor them is an invaluable tool for fostering alignment. Start by reflecting deeply on what matters most to you. Is it compassion, honesty, creativity, or community? Write down these values and revisit them regularly to keep them at the forefront of your decisions. For instance, if one of your core values is compassion, ask yourself how you can express it in your daily interactions, whether through acts of kindness, listening to others, or volunteering your time. This practice bridges the gap between ideals and actions. It ensures that values are not just abstract concepts, but living principles guiding your everyday life. The woman's story demonstrates how transformative this alignment can be. By stepping away from a path that did not reflect her values, she created a life that not only honored her principles, but also inspired and uplifted others. Furthermore, aligning actions with values builds integrity and self-respect. When your deeds consistently reflect your principles, you develop a sense of wholeness and confidence. This harmony also fosters trust and connection with others, as people are naturally drawn to authenticity. To make this lesson a sustainable practice, periodically review your actions and evaluate whether they reflect your values. Life will inevitably present choices that test this alignment, but by grounding yourself in your core principles, you can navigate these challenges with clarity and resolve. As the Buddhist Eightfold Path teaches, harmony between intentions and actions is the foundation of a meaningful life. By ensuring your deeds align with your values, you not only create a life that feels authentic, but also contribute to a world that reflects the beauty of those values. Just like the woman in the story, your actions can become a source of inspiration and fulfillment, lighting a path for others to follow. Lesson 6. Master Focus. In today's world, where distractions are ever present, focus is not just a skill, it is a superpower. The ability to concentrate on a single task with full presence and intention can transform both productivity and the quality of our experiences. This principle is deeply rooted in mindfulness, a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, which emphasizes being fully present in the moment. By cultivating focus, we not only enhance our efficiency but also uncover the joy embedded in everyday activities. The story of the monk teaching his student to drink tea fully captures this essence beautifully. At first glance, the lesson might seem simple, even trivial. Yet, its profundity lies in the deliberate act of immersion. Drinking tea is not merely a physical action, it becomes a meditative practice when approached with mindfulness. By focusing solely on the sensation of holding the cup, the warmth of the tea, and the taste on the tongue, the student learns to experience life fully, moment by moment. This principle applies to every activity we undertake, reminding us that true fulfillment is found in depth, not breadth. In contrast, modern life often pulls us toward multitasking, a habit praised as a sign of efficiency but often leading to fragmented attention and diminished results. Attempting to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously scatters our energy and prevents us from fully engaging with any one task. This not only undermines productivity but also leaves us feeling rushed and unsatisfied. The monk's lesson of single tasking, focusing fully on one action at a time, is a powerful antidote to this modern challenge. To integrate this principle into daily life, the key practice of single tasking provides a practical and actionable approach. Begin each morning by identifying 3 priority tasks. These should be meaningful actions that align with your goals or values. Once chosen, dedicate your full attention to each task, one at a time, resisting the urge to switch between them. For example, if your first task is writing, immerse yourself in the flow of words, ignoring email notifications or social media temptations. This focused attention not only improves the quality of your work but also enhances your sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. The story of the monk drinking tea also highlights the importance of presence beyond productivity. Mastering focus is not solely about achieving goals, it is about savoring life itself. Whether it is enjoying a meal, having a conversation, or walking in nature, giving your full attention to the experience transforms it into a richer, more meaningful moment. This practice cultivates gratitude and a deeper connection to life's simple pleasures. As you practice single tasking, you may initially find it challenging. The mind, accustomed to distractions, often resists prolonged focus. However, like any skill, focus strengthens with consistent effort. Each time you redirect your attention to the present moment, you are training your mind to value depth over distraction. Over time, this practice will become second nature, enhancing both your productivity and your capacity to enjoy life's moments. Ultimately, mastering focus is about reclaiming control over your attention. In a world that constantly vies for it, your ability to concentrate on what truly matters becomes a source of strength and fulfillment. By practicing single tasking and learning to drink tea fully, you can navigate life with greater clarity, purpose, and joy. This focus, rooted in mindfulness, not only transforms your actions but also deepens your connection to the present moment, where life is truly lived. Lesson 7: Build emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. Yet, how we respond to these challenges defines our ability to live with grace and balance. Emotional resilience, the capacity to navigate difficulties without being overwhelmed, is a skill that allows us to transform adversity into growth. Rooted in Buddhist teachings, emotional resilience involves acknowledging emotions as they arise, much like observing ripples on a lake, without allowing them to consume or define us. The story of the monk whose hut burned down is a powerful illustration of this principle. Faced with what most would consider a devastating loss, the monk chose to reframe the situation. Instead of lamenting the destruction, he remarked, "Now I can see the moon." This response reflects an extraordinary emotional resilience, rooted in mindfulness and perspective. The monk's ability to detach from material loss and focus on the beauty revealed by the event highlights the transformative power of reframing adversity. This story underscores a fundamental truth: while we cannot control life's challenges, we can control how we perceive and respond to them. Emotional resilience is not about suppressing or ignoring emotions, but about creating space to observe them without judgment. Like the ripples on a lake, emotions come and go. When we react impulsively, we amplify the ripples into waves. However, by practicing mindfulness, we allow the ripples to settle, enabling us to respond thoughtfully and with clarity. The key practice of daily meditation is an invaluable tool for building emotional resilience. Meditation creates a safe space to observe emotions as they arise. Begin each day with a few minutes of stillness. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. When emotions surface, be it frustration, sadness, or joy, acknowledge them without labeling them as good or bad. Instead, observe their presence, intensity, and eventual passing. This practice trains your mind to create a buffer between feeling and reaction, empowering you to respond intentionally rather than impulsively. For example, imagine encountering a setback at work, such as missing a deadline. Without resilience, this situation might lead to feelings of guilt or frustration, triggering a spiral of self-criticism. However, a person who meditates regularly and practices emotional awareness might approach the same situation differently. Instead of reacting with harsh judgment, they might pause, acknowledge their emotions, and reflect on constructive ways to move forward. This shift not only diffuses negative energy but also opens the door to creative problem solving. The monk's perspective, "Now I can see the moon," also highlights the role of gratitude in emotional resilience. Even in the face of loss, there is often something to appreciate. Cultivating gratitude does not mean denying pain or difficulty, it means finding value and growth within the experience. Meditation can reinforce this practice by encouraging reflection on what remains meaningful and beautiful in life, even during challenging times. Over time, building emotional resilience through mindfulness and meditation creates a foundation for inner peace. Life's inevitable ups and downs become less destabilizing because you learn to anchor yourself in your inner strength. Like the monk, you can navigate life's fires with grace, discovering unexpected beauty and growth along the way. In conclusion, emotional resilience is a practice of balance and perspective. Through daily meditation and mindful observation of emotions, you can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Just as the monk found the moon after the fire, you too can uncover light and wisdom in life's most difficult moments. Lesson 8. Cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is not merely a concept, but a way of life that enables us to face challenges and adversity with patience, creativity, and perseverance. The Buddha once taught that with our thoughts, we create the world. Laying the foundation for a growth mindset. The external world, no matter how colorful or chaotic, is ultimately a reflection of our inner state. By changing the way we perceive challenges, we transform how we interact with life itself. Imagine a young artist, brimming with passion, yearning for recognition, but repeatedly facing rejection from prestigious galleries. For many, such rejections might be reason enough to quit. Yet, this artist chose to view rejection as valuable feedback, a chance to grow. Each setback became an opportunity to ask, what can I learn from this? Where can I improve my work? Over time, the sting of rejection faded, replaced by a relentless drive to refine his craft. His perseverance and growth mindset eventually brought him the recognition he sought, proving that challenges are not barriers but mirrors that reflect our capacity to evolve. Seeing challenges as opportunities is not about denying reality or sugarcoating situations. Instead, it is a deliberate choice to confront adversity with courage and mental agility. Like the artist, we must learn to translate negative messages into positive lessons. This transformation begins with asking the right question: what can I learn from today's difficulties? This simple question creates a moment of pause, allowing us to observe and redefine life's events. It reveals that every challenge is a stepping stone to growth. By practicing this habit of daily self-reflection, our minds become increasingly flexible and resilient. Resilience does not come from avoiding hardships, but from adapting to them and transforming them into opportunities for growth. A growth mindset not only leads to external success, but also fosters inner peace and fulfillment. As the Buddha taught, our thoughts shape the world we live in. So why not choose to see the world through a lens of opportunity and progress? Let life's challenges become the fuel that propels you forward. Much like an artist painting the canvas of their life with every stroke of learning and perseverance. Lesson 9. Learn to let go. Letting go is a cornerstone of many spiritual teachings, especially Buddhism, which emphasizes that attachment is the root cause of suffering. Attachment binds us to expectations, fears, and desires, creating a cycle of emotional distress and mental clutter. Learning to let go is not about indifference or detachment from life, but about releasing the grip of clinging so we can redirect our energy to what truly matters. Consider the profound story of the monk who carried a woman across a river. Despite their vows to avoid contact with the opposite gender, he chose compassion over dogma. Hours later, his disciple, unable to reconcile the action, voiced his concern. The monk calmly responded, "I put her down at the riverbank. Why are you still carrying her?" This exchange reveals a powerful truth: clinging to past actions, judgments, or emotions weighs us down far more than the actions themselves. Like the disciple, many of us hold onto burdens long after they have ceased to serve any purpose. Letting go of such attachments lightens our hearts and minds, allowing us to move forward with clarity. This principle applies not only to emotional and mental attachments, but also to our relationship with material possessions, unfulfilled desires, and past grievances. When we cling to what was or what could be, we divert our focus from what is. Letting go invites us to embrace the present moment fully, where real transformation and peace can occur. Gratitude plays a vital role in this practice. By focusing on what we already have, we shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance. Each morning, listing 3 things we are thankful for is a simple yet transformative exercise. This practice roots us in the present and cultivates contentment. When we recognize the blessings in our lives, we naturally release the urge to hold on to what no longer serves us or yearn for what we lack. Letting go is not a single act, but an ongoing journey. It requires awareness, patience, and intentionality. Like the monk's wisdom, it reminds us that holding on too tightly, whether to the past or future, creates unnecessary suffering. Freedom lies in the release and putting down the emotional and mental loads we carry unnecessarily. When we let go, we not only free ourselves, but also create space for growth, joy, and the meaningful connections that make life rich and fulfilling. Through gratitude and the practice of letting go, we align ourselves with the flow of life, embracing its impermanence and finding peace in the process. This, perhaps, is the essence of true liberation. Lesson 10. Inspire others by living authentically. Living authentically is one of the most powerful ways to inspire others. It means aligning your actions with your core values, prioritizing growth, and being true to yourself, no matter the circumstances. Authenticity is not about perfection, it's about embracing your imperfections while living in harmony with your principles. When you do this, your life naturally becomes a beacon for others, guiding them toward their own truths. Imagine the story of the bamboo tree. For years, it grows quietly underground, its roots spreading deep and wide, unseen by the world. Then, almost overnight, it soars to incredible heights. This silent growth symbolizes the essence of living authentically. True progress often occurs quietly, without fanfare or recognition. Yet it forms a foundation so strong that when the moment arrives, its impact is undeniable. Like the bamboo, authenticity is not about immediate results but about patience and trust in your journey. It shows that lasting inspiration comes from a life built on integrity and persistence. When you live authentically, your actions naturally resonate with others. Kindness and courage become your guiding principles, radiating outward like ripples in a pond. Small, consistent acts of kindness, a helping hand, a listening ear, or a word of encouragement can create profound impacts. Likewise, the courage to stand by your values, even when it's difficult, demonstrates strength and conviction. These qualities inspire others not through words but through action. Authentic living is a silent, yet deeply transformative call to action for everyone who witnesses it. Authenticity also encourages vulnerability. It invites others to see not only your strengths but also your struggles, reminding them that imperfection is part of being human. When people see you living authentically, embracing both successes and failures, they feel permission to do the same. This is the foundation of real connection, the understanding that we are all navigating life's challenges together. To inspire others authentically, begin by looking inward. Ask yourself, are my actions aligned with my values? Am I prioritizing growth over comfort? By embodying these principles, you create a life that speaks louder than words ever could. Ultimately, living authentically is an act of service to the world. Like the bamboo tree, your silent growth and unwavering alignment with your values can reach unseen depths and incredible heights, encouraging others to take root in their own truths. Your kindness, courage, and integrity will ripple outward, lifting those around you and creating a legacy of inspiration that lasts far beyond your actions. This is the quiet, profound power of authenticity. 2025 is your year to reclaim your essence. It's the year to turn inward, away from the noise, and rediscover the strength and wisdom that lies within you. By embracing self-awareness, defining your purpose, and cultivating resilience, you can transform life's challenges into stepping stones for growth and turn distractions into a clear vision of what truly matters. Like the lotus that rises unstained from muddy waters, you too can find beauty and strength in even the most challenging circumstances. True peace doesn't come from the external world, but from nurturing your authentic self. When you align your actions with your values and live with intention, you become a source of light for yourself and those around you. This year, let your journey be one of mindfulness, inner peace, and profound purpose. If you found inspiration in this video, we'd love to hear from you. Share your reflections in the comments below and let your voice become part of a collective story of growth and transformation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with those who need it most. Together, we can build a community rooted in authenticity and mindfulness. Welcome to the journey. Let's make 2025 a year of clarity, peace, and inspired living.